Laura and I are going for a ride, and we're going to practice the emergency landing procedures. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the family farm, and we're going to have an engine out, and we're going to go through the proper steps to recover from that, hopefully recover from that. A lot of people ask me, what do you do when I take them out for rides? What do you do if the engine fails while we're flying? And the first thing I always say is, you know Jesus, right? Well, seriously, there's a procedure that we're going to follow, and that procedure is as follows. The first thing that we're going to do when we have a engine out is we're going to pitch for the best glide speed, and the best glide speed in this airplane is 75 miles per hour. That's what the prop stopped. With the prop still running, that speed is 80 miles per hour. And this plane, it's an old 1968 Cessna, so it's still in miles per hour. So a lot of planes these days are used knots. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to look out the window and look for a suitable landing zone. And we're here in Iowa, so there's a lot of fields to land in. It's the spring, they haven't planted, the earth is largely undisturbed. We did get some rain a few days ago, but there's a lot of grass fields too to land in. So we're going to look for a good place to land into the wind. And then once we get figure out our position and we start working our way towards that, then we're going to try to restart the airplane. We're going to check our fuel is on. We're going to check to see if fuel is on both. We're going to make sure that we're full rich on our mixture. And if the prop's not turning, we're going to try to fire it up again. We're going to make sure the primer's locked. We're going to pump the gas, and we're going to try to get that engine fired up again. If that doesn't work, we're going to go ahead and prepare to land, and we're going to do a normal landing. We're going to apply our flaps as we normally would. In this airplane, I usually use 40 degrees of flaps. So we're going to have a nice slow descent and a nice slow landing on potentially some bouncy ground. So. And then before we touch down, we're going to pop the doors open, and in case we land hard, then we don't have to worry about struggling to get out of the airplane. Forgot to mention one thing: if we do have an engine failure and if time allows, I will get on the radio and 121.5, and we're going to call a Mayday, Mayday, and we're going to tell them that we're going down. So that's what we're going to practice today. We're not actually going to land it, but we're going to simulate this landing. landings went fairly well. We didn't land. That's a good thing on an emergency landing. I think I probably miscalculated the wind a little bit, actually I was trying to land the wrong way. I got kind of disoriented, and I should have been landing into the wind, but I was landing with the wind, and it caused me to come very short on my anticipated landing. So it's important, whenever you're flying, to know which direction the wind's coming from, so that when you have to have if you do have an emergency landing, you're facing the right way, so you can predict where your plane is going to touch down at better. Because if you have a tailwind and you're touching down, it's going to push you a lot further than what you expect. So that's what happened to me today. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you like what I'm doing here, just please subscribe to Team Lucky, and we'd love to share our lives with you. Thanks.